The drive to control is often mistaken for ambition, but at its core, it's the body's response to unprocessed fear. Fear that if we don't hold tight, everything will fall apart. It manifests in overthinking, overplanning, and hypervigilance. We call it being productive. But it's actually the nervous system gripping onto safety. What if the very thing we're trying to hold on to is what's keeping us from receiving more? Control convinces us that peace comes from knowing everything ahead of time. But true peace arrives when we're willing to not know and still proceed with presence. Control doesn't come from wisdom. It comes from wounds. And wounds don't heal through force. They soften through trust. Because the unknown, that's not chaos. That's the birthplace of miracles. Welcome to Manifestramind, where we don't chase, we align. Today's episode is about lifting the veil on one of the most deceptive patterns in manifestation, the belief that control equals security. Control versus alignment. Control says, I must force this to happen, or I will lose everything. It reduces your vision. It tenses your energy. It turns creation into coercion. Alignment whispers, what's truly mine cannot miss me. It opens your field. It relaxes your grip. It invites co-creation instead of control. Alignment doesn't ignore the goal. It becomes a match for it. When rooted in control, you're living in delay, because the energy of control is scarcity in motion. It sends the universe a signal of distrust, a frequency of fear. But when rooted in alignment, you're living in devotion. You no longer need proof to believe. You let your belief become the proof. How the scarcity spell reveals itself. Constantly refreshing stats, views, likes, income, validations. Needing every plan to be airtight before taking one step. Fearfully attaching timelines to goals. And panicking when things don't unfold on schedule. Using effort as proof of worth, equating hustle with deservingness. None of this means you're broken. It means you're conditioned. Conditioned to think struggle equals progress. That discomfort equals discipline. But growth doesn't always roar. Sometimes it arrives when you finally exhale. How to break the spell? Start by interrupting the pattern. When the need to control arises, don't shame it. Witness it. Hold space for it. Place your hand over your chest or belly and say, it's safe to trust. It's safe to not know. It's safe to move even without guarantees. Reconnect with your essence. Ask, what would the version of me who already has it think, feel, do, believe? Then embody that. When you release control, you amplify your signal. You stop chasing energy and start generating it. You become magnetic, not by doing more, but by being more attuned. A new mantra for expansion. I'm not here to force alignment. I'm here to return to it. Let this be the new energetic signature. Space instead of strain. Receiving instead of proving. Trust instead of tension. Control wants certainty. But alignment holds power. The power to let life meet you where you are. Not just where you push. And in that surrender lies the magic. Thank you for aligning with me today. Repeat, trust, receive, and remember, your mind is the portal.